that the greatest power on earth is released on the platform of covenant relationship. And that marriage is a covenant relationship. That's what marriage is. See, marriage is not just a social contract. No, it's a covenant. Surely for us in Miracle Assembly, we define it clearly. Marriage is a covenant relationship. Covenants are stronger than contracts. And the highest form of relationship in life is the covenant relationship. Yes. And marriage fits into that mode. It's a covenant relationship. What that simply means that in covenant, two become one. So the big question is, Pastor, what is now the essence of marriage? Simple. The essence of marriage is oneness. Somebody say oneness. Oneness. I didn't hear you say oneness. Oneness. Matthew 17, verse 3. They came to Jesus, tempting him. The Pharisees came unto Jesus, tempting him and saying unto him, is it lawful? Matthew 19:3. Matthew 19:3. Saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? The simple answer would have been no. But look at Jesus. He said unto them, have you not read that he will make them at the beginning, made them what? Male and female. Oh my God. Let me pause to explain as I read. Listen, look up. You know, these guys are worried about what was happening, like we are today. What is the worry? Divorce on the increase, like it is today. Divorce, in fact, my God, divorce is an epidemic. Now, I hope you know. But let me answer it. So they came to Jesus back then and say, what's going on, Jesus? Is it okay, lawful for a man to put away his wife? Because they were trying to reference Moses. Because, you know, Moses gave them a bill of divorcement. The simple answer from Jesus would have been no. But Jesus knew something they didn't know. See, they were grappling with the issue of divorce. So they thought divorce was the problem. Listen and listen carefully. Divorce is not the problem. Divorce is the symptom of a bigger problem. And in medicine, you are taught not necessarily to just look out for the symptoms. You are taught to look out for the what? The cause. The symptoms tell you, but what is it? So you subject that thing to critical analysis. You call it test to say, my guesses could be right. But because science is not based on guesses, but on facts. So let's subject it. So you subject it to test and say, this is the bacteria that is causing this disease. So for Jesus, he says, divorce is not the problem. There's something causing it. He said, what is it? So he sent us back to the beginning. He says, and at the beginning, verse 4, he made them what? Male and female. Verse 5, and for this cause shall a man leave what? Father and mother, and shall what? Cleave to his wife, and they twin shall become what? One flesh. Not one spirit, one flesh. Verse 6, wherefore they are no more two. Why did Jesus say that? They are no more two, but what? One flesh. Then he now added the big one. What therefore God had joined together, let not man do what? Don't come and tell me because you are incompatible with dissolve this marriage. No. See, even Paul, many years later, when he was explaining our spiritual relationship or the spiritual relationship between the church and Christ, in Ephesians 5:31, Paul referenced Jesus. He says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be what? Joined unto his wife, and they two shall become what? He repeated it. So the essence of covenant relationship is what? Oneness. Somebody say oneness. Meaning two people becoming one. It is a mystery. So if you look at the next verse 32, Paul says, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. The essence, please listen and listen to me, is oneness, not one spirit. Because 1 Corinthians 6:17 says, he that is joined to the Lord is one spirit. When you get born again, you are one spirit. But marriage makes you one flesh. So the entire goal, the purpose is oneness of flesh. It's two becoming what? One. Two. But they start as two, male and female. But as they make that decision to become husband and wife, they are fused. It's a process of becoming one. So what does the enemy know? The enemy knows that the greatest power on earth is released on the platform of covenant relationship. So in Matthew chapter 18 verse 19, Jesus said, if two of you shall He says, if two of you shall agree on earth concerning anything that they shall ask of the Father, what happens? It shall be done for them. Child of God, there is no greater power on earth that is ever known to humanity than the power that is released on the platform of covenant relationship like marriage. That is why Satan fights marriages. Now, leave that verse on the screen. Let me correct something. I hear people quote, if two of us shall touch and agree. The Bible didn't say we shall touch and agree. You can be in Canada, the other person is in Nigeria. The agreement is spirit to spirit. Do you know it's possible to have a prayer partner who is attacking you spiritually? Okay, let's not even go there. It's not about touching. Let's touch and agree. Those things are okay. But you can touch physically and your hearts are distant. Oh, come on, am I talking or thinking here? But it says, the key word is agree. Somebody say agree. And you and I know that there is no marriage without agreement. Amos 3:3. Can two work together except they be what? Why is it called a marriage? A and B have decided willingly to agree to some certain terms. We call that marriage vows. Is that not why they become man and wife? Yes, sir. If there is no agreement, then it is not a marriage. What makes it a marriage is the agreement. If somebody is harassed, pummeled, manipulated, coerced, threatened, no, that's not a marriage. Like you see too many people doing today. When kidnappers kidnap people, they force them into marriage. That's not marriage. You have to agree. The critical word is agree. Write the word relationship down. It's an interesting word. Break it into two. What does it mean? It means relation and what? Relationship, like marriage, is two relations in the same ship relating to the same cargo. That's what it is. Yes. That's why they call it relationship. Two relations in the same ship. But you see, you cannot be in the same ship if you are not relating to the same cargo. Somebody will be thrown overboard. So, if both of us are in the same ship, show me the cargo we are relating to. That's what is the basis or point of agreement. So if two of us have agreed concerning this thing, my God, no devil can stop it. He says two are better than one, and they shall obtain a better reward for their labor. So since the devil knows that these two are dynamite, once they agree, you know, one will chase 1,000, but two will do what? The result is exponential. 10,000 to flight. So Satan fights it. But let me tell you what Satan is fighting. Satan wants to unone what God has made one. That's the goal. The goal is what? Oneness. Somebody say oneness. As long as Satan succeeds in, should I use the word unwanting, what God has made one, he has succeeded in his goal. But let me tell you how he does it. For most of us, while the goal is oneness, one flesh. Remember, it's one flesh. We focus on oneness. Watch this now. This is where we make mistakes in marriage. We focus on oneness. God's goal is oneness. No, sir. When you focus on oneness, you will fail. Let me give you an example. You want to make ₦1 million, for example. And you have a goal. Your goal is what? ₦1 million at the end of this month. Watch this. If you focus on making ₦1 million, you will fail, most likely. Yeah. If you're a student, what is the goal? I want to be a first-class student. If you focus on becoming a first-class student, you likely may not be a first-class student. Let me tell you why most of us, this is June, what do you call that thing? New Year resolution you made, the goals you set in January, you are not able to meet it. You know why? You are focused on the goals. Listen and listen carefully. If you focus on your goals, you will likely fail. I'm sure nobody taught you that before. But let me tell you what to do. Don't focus on the goals. Focus on the drivers of the goal. That is how you succeed. For example, you want to have ₦1 million at the end of this month. Forget the ₦1 million. Question, what vehicle? This is my point of destination. What vehicle will take me from point A to point Z, where I'm going to? How will I become a first-class student? What habits do I need to create to get me there? Are you still with me? If you focus on oneness, you are playing into the hands of the devil. Focus on the things that enhance oneness. Are you all still here? Focus on the things I need to know to do to give me the 1 million. And create a system around it. You will arrive at 1 million and beyond. Can I hear an amen? Amen. That's how it works. Now let me give you an example in marriage now. While the goal is oneness, the process to oneness is to strengthen your connections. So, my advice to us this morning is, don't focus on oneness. I don't want to divorce. No. Focus on strengthening your connections. Because your connections are the things that will enhance your oneness. So what does the enemy do? He sends quarrel, offense, strife to do what? To break your connections. If Satan succeeds in breaking your connections, he has succeeded in unwinding, as it were, what God has made one. And how does he do it? Very easy. Yeah, very easy. Anger, offense. If I keep breaking the connections, eventually that marriage, give you 5, 10, 20 years, it will scatter. So you want to build family harmony? Ephesians 4:3. He says, endeavoring, fight, battle to do what? Keep the connection. Once the connection is kept, no devil can scatter that marriage. Endeavoring to keeping the connection, the unity. You will be shocked to hear that crisis and quarrels don't break a marriage. No, sir. It is loose connection that breaks a marriage. Loose connection. So the goal of the quarrel is not the quarrel. The goal of the quarrel is to break your connection. Are you all still here? Yes. You'll be shocked. There are many people who have had more serious crises that you are going through, and they are still together. You know why? Because this is what I've learned, what I'm teaching. If you focus on strengthening the connection, the quarrel will not break us. The anger, the offense will not break us. Because there is no way you will not have conflict, like I started. That incompatibility